We are in relentless pursuit of scientific breakthroughs. We are at the forefront of medical innovation. We are driven by one purpose only: improve people's lives. We are Elite Vector Integrated Labs.
At Elite Vector, we always strive to do more for people. Our focus as of late has been centered around a very complex disease, obesity. Our R&D teams across the world have been hard at work trying to fine-tune a potentially life-changing treatment. We call it Rotom.
Currently, our markets include Europe and North America. And as part of our initiative to help underserved communities, we have decided to expand our operations to Africa. And since obesity is plaguing African communities as much as other communities, we are happy to announce that we'll be launching our first clinical trial right here in local African communities.
We are committed to conducting our business in an ethical manner. This includes abiding by local and international law. Trust is at the core of everything we do. Transparency. All our research fundings will go directly into our research activities and will cover any potential side effects for all our participants, should any arise.
Yo, Bruce, how much funding were we able to secure for the study?
Around 200,000. Why?
Oh, nice. I was thinking that we need a few essentials around in the office.
Essentials like what exactly?
I was thinking maybe something like a PS5 wouldn't hurt. What do you think?
Oh, and why not get a football table, a ping pong table, and even a massage chair while you're at it? The bare necessities, you know?
Great idea.
Oh.
Well, lifting the morale at the office would technically increase productivity. But how do we explain it to the funding bodies?
Don't worry about it. Just put it under miscellaneous expenses, my friend.
Respect. We will not enroll you in the study before the full informed consent is given, and we will try to address any reservations you might have about the study.
Are we positive we will be hitting our target numbers?
Of course we will. They're each getting $100. I think we will have way more than what we will need.
Yeah, you're right. They'll all sign on.
And what do we plan to do with uneducated participants?
What do you mean?
Well, there is a high rate of uneducated citizens in these countries. Are we sure they will be fully aware of the implications of the study?
Don't worry about it. They'll have to take our word for it. We are doctors in the end.
Understanding. You may choose to leave this trial at any time. No repercussions will result from your exiting the study.
What if we have a high churn rate? I mean, I know it's the ethical way to go, but what if they start leaving the study in masses?
They won't be financially compensated if they leave the study before it's over. So I really doubt that anybody would leave. Really.
Oh, for God's sake.
Security. The risk involved in your participation to this study is less than minimal.
Wait. We can't confirm that. This is the first human trial we've ever conducted.
What they don't know wouldn't hurt them.
But this is a clinical trial.
Thoroughness. The study protocol has been studied by your Ministries of Health, ethics committees, and IRBs.
You are aware that the lack of regulatory frameworks is the main reason we decided to conduct the study here in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, how were you able to get all the study documents cleared so fast?
Don't worry about it. Nothing little money can do.
Hey, how much would the drug cost were it to get approval after the trial?
It will not come cheap, that I can tell you for sure.
But how would they be able to afford it? I mean, with the economy.
You see many overweight people around here.
Through this clinical trial, we will harness the power of data to perfect our product and shape future innovations. Your volunteering matters. You matter. Would you like to help others live longer, better lives? Are you willing to help push the frontiers of science?
Sign up now to our trial by dialing the following hotline, and one of our representatives will get in touch with you.
In developing countries, we have increased disease burden and decreased healthcare resources. As a result of these inequalities and absence of the essential safeguards and protection of human rights, research in healthcare in developing countries is also up for debate. The ethical framework followed is based on 4 principles: alleviate suffering, show respect for persons, sensitive to cultural differences, do not exploit the vulnerable. Ethical issues. Key ethical issues that are evident while conducting research in developing countries, as tackled in the parody. Commercial. The vulnerable population, facilitated by a low socio-economical situation and low rates of education. The issue of genuine consent, understanding, voluntariness, competence and autonomy. Low literacy and the language barrier may impede truly independent, informed consent procedures. Socio-cultural and economic factors. Low education levels renders the population not aware of their rights, which may give way to further exploitation. Risks versus benefits, justice and fairness, such as when research collaborations with developing countries are designed to address a first world country need. Lack of available funding, hindering the ability of scholars in developing countries to launch studies benefiting said countries. Exploitation of resources, using of humans as experimental subjects is a typical example. Corruption, such as bribing government officials and high ranking to short-circuit standard procedures and paperwork, in order to facilitate studies. Weak regulatory frameworks, due to lack of governmental regulation, ethics committees, IRBs and research education or training. Transparency, a lack of which may lead to practices such as diverting research, funding for personal gain. Issues of privacy and confidentiality. Breach of privacy and confidentiality is not uncommon due to the lack of regulation. Coercion. Low-income populations are more susceptible to financial incentives to participate in a research study. Solutions. There are 5 principles of collaboration that need to be addressed. The first and most important is that any study designed to be conducted in a developing country must be relevant for the local population, local scientists, and for the National Ministry of Health. Second, any collaboration needs to share risks, either by using a combined population or a protocol designed to minimize risk. The third principle is that there must be a regulatory framework that is acceptable internationally and that holds to the tenets of the many declarations, such as the Helsinki and Belmont declarations, that state that there are ethical principles in conducting experiments on humans that go beyond culture. The last 2 principles hold that there should be strong local ethical expertise. There should be unbiased funding that is driven by the size of the study and not by the operations or convenience. Research projects must also include capacity building and research bioethics. Message: developing countries should develop their own models that stem from their understanding of their own needs, goals and surrounding environment and devise methods to reach these goals. Ethical review committees can play a vital role regarding research conducted in developing countries because effective ethical review of research provides crucial safeguard and determines scientific validity as well as ethical acceptability.